There is a hidden chamber deep inside the Great Pyramid that no human being has set foot in for over 4,500 years. And the technology that finally detected it didn't use an excavator, a heavy drill, or even a single laser beam. It used subatomic particles falling continuously out of deep space. What these cosmic ray particles revealed behind the ancient stone slabs of the pyramid's north face is the exact reason mainstream history is scrambling for answers. For over a century, we were taught that the Great Pyramid was merely a glorified tomb, a massive stone monument built to house the body of a single pharaoh. But when explorers first breached the inner chambers, they found no golden treasure, no royal mummies, and not a single hieroglyphic inscription on the walls of the king's chamber. The granite sarcophagus sat completely empty. As modern diagnostic equipment peers deeper into the solid rock, the structural anomalies inside this ancient monument become increasingly impossible to explain with primitive history. For decades, scholars believed that every single room inside the Great Pyramid had already been mapped. They thought the internal layout consisted of only 3 spaces: the subterranean chamber, the Queen's chamber, and the King's chamber connected by the Grand Gallery. But in late 2015, an international coalition of scientists launched an ambitious project called ScanPyramids, utilizing a revolutionary physics technique known as Muon radiography. Muons are heavy subatomic particles created when high-energy cosmic rays from deep space crash into Earth's upper atmosphere. These particles rain down across the planet, passing effortlessly through solid rock. However, as muons pass through dense material, they get absorbed at a predictable rate, whereas when they pass through hollow spaces, significantly more particles survive the journey. By placing ultra-sensitive particle detectors deep within the pyramid's lower passages, scientists were able to sit in the dark and count the particles coming from the sky, essentially taking a cosmic X-ray of solid stone. What the Muon data produced in late 2017 sent shockwaves through the global scientific community. 3 independent research teams, using 3 entirely different detection methods, all confirmed the exact same anomaly. Buried in solid masonry directly above the Grand Gallery sat a gargantuan, previously unknown cavernous space at least 100 feet long, with a cross-section as massive as an airliner. They officially named it the ScanPyramids Big Void. It wasn't a minor fissure or a natural settling crack in the masonry. It was a deliberately engineered, plane-sized chamber sealed completely within the heart of the structure. For over 2 centuries, millions of tourists, historians, and Victorian tomb raiders had walked right past a giant hidden cavern without ever knowing it was sitting directly above their heads. The official explanation offered by mainstream Egyptologists was immediate and cautious. They claimed the massive void was simply a structural feature, a deliberate empty space built to relieve the crushing weight of the millions of tons of limestone above the lower chambers. But as engineers analyzed the physical materials surrounding these internal chambers, that simple explanation began to fall apart. The King's chamber is lined floor to ceiling with solid pink granite hauled from Aswan, over 500 miles to the south. Granite is exceptionally dense and rich in quartz crystals. Under intense physical compression, quartz displays what physics calls the piezoelectric effect, generating measurable electrical charges under mechanical stress. Stacked directly over the King's chamber ceiling are 5 massive layers of giant granite beams weighing roughly 400 tons, intentionally subjected to immense structural load. Modern physical engineers have pointed out that the physical arrangement of these air-gapped granite slabs mirror the exact geometric configuration of electrical hardware, functioning like a massive capacitive resonator. The mystery deepened even further when the ScanPyramids team turned their particle detectors toward a smaller anomaly behind the pyramid's outer north face. Combining muon scans with high-frequency ground-penetrating radar, researchers located a hidden corridor 9 meters long running behind the stone casing. In a historic feat of non-invasive exploration, scientists drilled a microscopic hole through a stone joint and threaded a tiny fiber-optic endoscope camera into the space. The images sent back to the monitors showed an empty, perfectly vaulted stone corridor that had not felt human breath or seen light since the day the pyramid was sealed 4.5 millennia ago. The entrance to this corridor had been intentionally hidden behind massive chevron stone blocks and buried under smooth casing stones, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that the builders went to extraordinary lengths to keep these interior chambers completely invisible from the outside world. Today, the largest hidden chamber ever discovered inside the Great Pyramid remains completely unexplored. As of right now, no robot has entered the big void, no camera has photographed its interior, and no human has stood inside it. The international scientific team confirmed its existence, mapped its scale with space particles, and then reached the absolute limit of what bureaucracy and preservation permits would allow. Proposals to send specialized micro-drones or endoscopes into the airliner-sized void remain stalled, leaving the single biggest secret in ancient history sitting in complete darkness. As next-generation Muon detectors prepare to run high-resolution 3D internal scans of the entire Giza Plateau, one uncomfortable question remains. If an ancient civilization went to such extreme lengths to engineer and seal a 100-foot chamber deep inside 2 million blocks of stone, what were they trying so desperately to protect from the outside world?